something right now. But yeah, go get some rest, go get some sleep. Anyone who's awake right now, go follow Mr. Bart. Do it. You won't regret it.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Oh, she looks down. This sounds more like a side thing. I'll need to take care of my main thing, then get back to this. I said it 3 times. That's the secret, right, Circa? No, Mr. Bart's good people. Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
If he's involved in this murder. Are you people?
You're have good more people. Important things to worry about.
You're good people. 1 time's a courtesy, 2 times a preference, 3 times a summons. 4 times there may be murder involved. Yeah, 4 times starts to be suspicious, right? Because then you're kind of like, I feel like they're pushing this too hard. Like they're trying to cover for something. You might be reptilian. I always knew you were cool, but I didn't know you were cold-blooded. How neat. What is this expedition your husband was on? Which is what you do, Circa. Circa's shoutouts for me are always accompanied by threats of violence, which honestly I really appreciate. I mean, that's one of the things I'm gonna definitely miss until you're back to streaming. It's your threats of violence.
That's a knife.
Aw. It's so Wendy. Hey Wendy, how are you doing? I hope you're feeling better. I know you had a headache like the other day. I like to savor the murders. Oh my god, that's a great emote right there, Circa. Whose emote is that? Since Circa's all about crimes, that's Lynn's. Oh my god, that's so amazing. Why have I not noticed that one before? You're feeling better, but not completely 100%. Well, I hope at least you're on the mend. Yeah, I love a little stabby possum. That's great. I want a little stabby possum. A little gun person too. We've got an ad break coming up. I'm not gonna snooze it this time because I need to refill my water and stuff too. But for anyone who doesn't know, my ad breaks are a little bit longer. They're a 3-minute ad break, but I put up my Be Right Back screen, which has words on stream, so you guys can just like play words on stream. I'm gonna refill my water, stretch my legs, things like that. I encourage you to do the same. Anyone if you need to like lurk or run, that's totally cool too. But if not, feel free to hang about. We'll be playing more Disco Elysium. But in the meantime, let's do some words on stream and see how far we get into it this round. So if you're here for a feet stream, you'll be disappointed. I'm gonna be the very best. My mom, she told me not to eat the Pokemon. I said, that seems like a good idea. We gotta put it in the theme song because people have been confused about that lately. This is what you wanted, chat, right? This is what you wanted. Our engine runs on mistakes here. Uh-oh. No! I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to actually hurt somebody. Where's she going now? You know, oh, you moonwalk. You're fast and slippery. I shouldn't say things like that. No, chat, don't, chat. Chat, we talked about this. You're not supposed to give me away so fast. Like, you gotta, like, lead in with, like, oh, she's a great person. Like, she, like, gives to charity and occasionally commits crimes. Like, you gotta, like, soften the blow. My bloodlust cannot be satisfied. What? You know what? I'm on a murder spree. Come on. Kill that man. Step on his head so it looks like an accident. Look, it's better to go to jail than to die at my hands, I would think, right? I was trying to be all cozy and like comfy for this stream today, but yet I default back to my old ways. Fuck the Aristocats. He broke his legs. I broke his legs. But truly, honestly, don't eat the Pokemon. I'm gonna be the very best. Like no one ever was. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. I'm a cool kid. Right? I mean, look at me. Do I look like a cowboy person? Pew pew, shoot my guns. Howdy. Howdy, partner. Chat, tell me I'm cool. I'm bald. My dad's a scientist. He kills people. I'll pack a chainsaw. I'll skin your ass raw. And if my day keeps going this way, I just might break your fucking face tonight. I don't think this is good, is it? For the sake of this drawing, I need to know your credit card numbers and the that little 3-digit code. And the expiration date too. Just for the purposes of this drawing though. It's important. You hear how sticky it is? I'm so excited for Rice. Say you love me or I'll kill you. It got a little weird. I need to speak with your manager. These are not the droids you're looking for. I gotta give him a little razzle dazzle. That's what I give. Let me prepare myself mentally and emotionally and physically. Oh, Dark Souls time, how I hate this game. Oh, you came out of nowhere, I didn't expect to see you here, sir. Oh, Dark Souls time, it's the time of year we hate. I'm rolling around on the ground sometimes because that's the only thing I know how to do. It's a terrible time. This man has got some shield. He's got another friend, and everything is great. My girl wants to bury bodies all the time, bury all the bodies all the time. Doesn't fit quite as well. Bananas and pajamas, they slowly poison you. Now don't go wasting my precious time. Uh-oh. Do you ever just feel like sometimes you just need like a really good think and you just feel like climbing down in like an old abandoned well somewhere where like no one knows you're there and just sitting in like the darkness for like day and night with not really much food and like a very small supply of water just so you can like, you know, really think about things.
In an old abandoned well.
Yeah, you know. It was sincere. It was. I am gonna legitimately miss Clarence after I stab him and let all the air empty out of him and commend his soul into whatever balloon hell exists. Because you know Clarence isn't getting into balloon heaven. Not with the life he's led. No. It's straight to balloon hell for Clarence. Forget this haiku. It's not about that one time with all of the blood. I wonder if there's a way I can like pause it because you guys are doing so well. Maybe I did. Okay, maybe I've paused it now. So maybe we'll be able to pick up where we left off because you guys were doing so well. I don't want to like... Part of me was like, do I just like not stream and let them keep going? Yeah, only time will tell. If we get to pick back up at level 6, then we'll know that we're doing well. But otherwise, if it's back to level 1, then I'm sorry. Oh, Scotty. Anyway, let's see, Lena. You have more important things to worry about. No. What's this expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of
that
insect.
Is basically playing with me as Sisyphus edition. I might put on my sweater soon. I'm a little chilly, but not complaining. I'm not complaining. Much rather put on the sweater than be sweating.
But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lot to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
Is this the same one where we like broke the lock, so maybe that's why they can't get back.
The water lock.
Yeah.
That was broken. Could this be it?
Wait, who's this Gary person? Do you trust him?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that.
She smiles.
Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
Gary killed him. The water lock to the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over there.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
You may not believe it, but it looks like some maniac crashed his motor carriage into it. Wouldn't you know, it's blocked by a big butter billboard. Fell right into the water. Probably just some technical problem. I really don't know. I mean, these both are kind of true. I'll say the maniac, but I'm the maniac. I'm pretty sure it's me. I crashed the car. But this feels like not the real answer. I'll say one.
Oh, sweetie, if it weren't for you, I'd be looking forward to another sleepless night. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you both.
Aw, happy to be of help, Lena.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
I look forward to meeting him. Big butter billboard and not a big butter billboard. Yeah, like Big Milk. That's Big Milk's subsidy is Big Butter.
Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder
I don't
investigation.
know if this is a vanilla murder investigation per se, but whatever. Yeah, they're expanding. They're monopolizing the dairy market.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here
They have
at
yogurt,
the
too.
Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
A bigger butter billboard. Big cheese. My God, nah. Big fromage. If I see him, I'll let him know you're here. When or if I get there, I'll accept.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
I mean, I don't know. Is it bad to accept? So is your husband some kind of scientist?
Oh, yes. A zoologist. A cryptozoologist, to be more precise.
What is cryptozoology? I mean, I know.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends.
Lieutenant sounds unimpressed. Kim, yikes, okay.
That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions.
I just had a revelation. If there were a big fromage, big cheese subsidiary of Big Milk, I know who would be the CEO. I know who would be the president. And it would be Circa, the queen of cheese. She would rule over that department. How did I not put it together? Circa, do you have the big cheese sponsorship right now? If so, can you put in a good word with me for Big Milk? Circa is the big cheese of the big cheese. Big cheese, big cheese. That's quite a complicated business card. Who would Cheese Quest TV be? Well, now you've complicated things. Vice president? Because she's questing to be the usurper to the cheese throne. I don't know. Things have got complicated. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Wendy. Yeah, CFO of the Australian branch. I think Circa, President Circa would approve of this. Yeah, big yogurt. I spell it with a J. One in charge of big, the other in charge of cheese operations. I think they're both quite small humans, though, so I think that might be difficult. Whoever has the cheese, you will pledge allegiance to. That's probably Circa. The J? Where do you think it is, Sammy? No one tell Sammy. Where do you think the J is in yogurt when I write it? And I'm not kidding. I write yogurt with a J. Oh my gosh. Yes. If we there are so many tie-ins that I feel like we could like absolutely like bring it all together. I just feel bad. I already feel bad capitalizing upon Circa, but I would feel kind of bad if I'm like using other streamers' shtick, like their images and likenesses and jokes from them to like make money. But I guess that's business. That's capitalism, kids. I would probably like share it is what I'd end up doing. Oh, nah, Sammy, that's not it. I also use a Y in it when I write it. Just to make it even more confusing for you. Yes.
She's used to playing off such insults casually, but they still affect her.
I'm surprised no one's got this yet. Because I'm Czech, so I write it the Czech way. It's just I have weird words on my like grocery list. I still write in Czech for some reason, and yogurt is one of them. Which is. I also write bread frequently still in Czech. I don't. So I remember like I think it's because I have this like worry that I'm gonna forget Czech, and I already have. But like I remember some of the food words because I write my grocery list still in Czech occasionally. It is true. It does make it feel like we have like a strong community when we're all like tied into each other. I adore our communities. I'm really happy with the way things have been shaping up as far as that goes. Yogurty. I mean, you're not wrong. It's yogurty. Ask Mac how he spells yogurt, and it's probably very similar. Yeah, I was gonna say I kind of relate to Lena in some ways because like I've been in the role where it's sort of like people might like look down upon you because optometrists sometimes like ophthalmologists like kind of like snub their noses at optometrists even though it's like a perfectly legitimate medical field and things like that. So it's like we play them off, but they still are kind of annoying, and but I feel bad because she was like kind of proud of it, and he was just like for the one time where I'm kind of like, Kim, chill. Your brain now sees a J as a Y now. So sorry. I'm gonna blame mostly Mac for that. Like everyone has 3 J's and a Z. Yeah, exactly. Mac's gonna be like, oh, what do you mean? Of course you spell it this way.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby. It's a job.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology, one specializing in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious.
He's like Agent Mulder in X-Files. West Side Story, but with an optometrist and ophthalmologist. Yeah, exactly. Well, I get like the rivalry in some ways, but because it is like full disclosure, like I didn't go to a quote unquote like medical school. I went to an optometry school where basically it's like the neck up. It's like you study all that really heavily. You get some systemic stuff, but it's not like to the extent of an ophthalmologist basically goes to like basic medical school and then they specialize in ophthalmology. So then they like go and do a couple of years of like head and neck stuff only and eye stuff only. And then they do surgeries. But we're basically optometrists. It's like we just kind of get that specialized part of it. We don't get like the whole body system part of it. We get more of like a really fast, like a 1-year study of that stuff essentially. Because we're not going to do surgeries. That's not our purpose. Our purpose is basically as like a primary care person, because if everyone, this is the problem with the US right now too, in terms of the healthcare system. I'm going on a Circa style tangent. if everyone specializes, then there's not enough people on the primary level to basically help with the triage. So basically, like, not everyone needs like a surgery, right? Not everyone needs to go have a cataract surgery. Some people just need glasses. Some people just have like a red eye or itchy eyes, and they just need somebody to see them. Ophthalmologists don't want to deal with that shit because insurance doesn't pay they pay fuck all for that. And it's just sort of, they want to do the big buck stuff, which is surgeries. Also just because it's really hard, if you're doing surgeries, it's hard to like flow into your day to like randomly stop and be like, okay, now let me like scrub out of the OR and like go see a red eye patient or something. So it's just like, there needs to have those primary care people who are able to treat those people, realize they don't need like surgery or something more extensive, and like treat them, get them done, go, you know? So it's really not like one's better than the other in many ways. But also it's always a joke to me because the main reason optometrists are as like subset as they are is because big medical, the AMA, American Medical Association, same thing with dentists, basically strong-armed and blocked them politically. Both dentists and optometrists are treated as separate medical entities by insurance companies and in like the American healthcare system because the American Medical Association felt threatened and thought that they would take a big piece of their pie in terms of like their money and like their revenues. And so they essentially used all their like PAC powers and like government powers back in the day to just block optometrists and dentists and specialties from being at the table. And so this is like a long history of basically pettiness. So it's one of those things that gets me a little riled up when people like try to be like trying to like look down on me and they're like, well, you're an optometrist. And it's like, look, bitch, like, come on. Yeah. And that's the thing, is it's like, that's the annoying thing. And that's one of the reasons that like eye health, vision and dental isn't included. Like, that's why those are supplements to your health insurance. If you think it's because eye doctors and dentists are like, I want more money, no, it is because the American Medical Association has made laws that they have to be separate because they thought it would take too much money away from them. So that's your reason why your vision plan sucks. That's why the reason why your dental plan sucks. And it costs a ton of fucking money, and it shouldn't. It's the reason that preventative care is shitty, because the American Medical Association has blocked all that shit. And yeah, that's the thing, is like, eyes and teeth are incredibly important for your health. They've done numbers of studies that have shown how having access to vision and dental care is such a huge component of basic health and can prevent more complicated surgeries, more costly surgeries, and conditions down the line. And yet America still can't fucking figure it out politically. And they never will. That's why that's one of the reasons, again, why I got super burned out. Yeah, we're separate from the hospital system, not by choice. We're separate from the hospital system because the AMA basically made it that way. Yeah, exactly. It's like we were coming like slightly closer, and now we're absolutely never gonna get there. So that's where I'm like, I give up. Like in Canada as well. Yeah, I think it was kind of like, because the US did it, a lot of other places could do it too. A lot of places don't have optometrists. Like, a lot of places have like opticians, which are different. Opticians are not the same as optometrists. They do not receive the same training. But it is something that's often confused. Doctors fought tooth and nail against Medicare, so the government decided to leave eye, dental, and pharma for later. They never got around to them. Oops. Yeah. Yeah. That's... Yeah, I mean, some of it is like they should probably cut down on some practitioners, but oh yeah, the basic level of American intelligence is gone. Yeah, so like opticians and like same, yeah, like in UK and like in Japan, an optician is just like somebody who fits you with glasses. It's not the same, like, because like an optometrist can treat and diagnose disease. It varies a bit, but from state to state, again, because of American Medical Association. But an optician is just like, they can dispense glasses and like very, very, very basic. They're not like a medical person. So sometimes people are like, well, if you're an optometrist, you're like equivalent to an optician. And it's like, no. Like, it's a different thing. You all want me to extract the oil from the snakes myself? This will say something. This is the only thing I'm gonna. Well, this is hopefully the only thing I'll say on this matter, and then we'll play some more game. Sorry, I got riled up for a second. So my mother is a very, very nice person. She's very supportive. She's very loving. Both my parents are, but like, I'm bringing her up specifically because she, as proud as she is of me for like going my own way, doing my own thing, and like pursuing this position in Japan and doing the PhD. She's like very, very happy about that. She's heartbroken that I'm so far away. Like, she brings that up quite frequently, that she's like, I can't wait till you move back to the US. I wish you lived closer, you know, nah. I didn't have the heart to tell her that I like don't really want to go back to the US. But after last week, the first thing she sent to me was, I think you should stay in Japan, which kind of, I just got goosebumps right now, because coming from my mother to say that was like, it really like settled that she was like, you should stay away. Like, and it's like a huge deal for her to like basically say, don't come back. But I'm also like, come to Japan, mother. I'm like, don't. They're close enough to Canada. I'm kind of hoping they'll just like move to Canada, genuinely. That's probably the easiest move for them. But I was like, wow, mom. I was like, that's I was gonna say, it's not something that I think she would normally say. That is true. It is my stream. I can do whatever the fuck I want. If I want to rant about medical stuff. But yeah, that I've been thinking about that a lot, because I know that's something she didn't probably say lightly. My camera is that's a great question. It's a Logitech Stream something. It's the one that like everyone recommends, essentially. It's the one that's like, yeah, I think it's quite old. Yeah, that's the thing, is I'm worried that like Canada's also gonna like kind of gradually get dragged down too. What is it? No, it's not the. Which one is it? It's like the Logitech Pro Stream C. Yeah, it's like a C something. C9. Yeah, it's like a C number. It looks bad. Well, that's because Circa gave me a nice like Lux to put on it. Yeah, I think it's either C920 or C922. I mean, I bought it. It's the one I bought when I started streaming, so it's